Shortwave Talk Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the National Intel Report. I'm your host, John Statmiller, and yes, I am live. It is Tuesday, the 26th of May, 2009. Fresh back from Jekyll Island. And what a time we had. At any rate, I'd like to thank Bill Carnes for sitting in for me. Adrian Krieg, that sat in for me Wednesday. And I had it all set up. Dr. Jerome Corsi was supposed to do my program Wednesday and Thursday, but he had to cancel because he had to get some shots so he could go to Israel. Why, I do not know. I'll have to query him on that subject at a later time. At any rate, we are here. I have Mr. Robert Chapman, an international forecaster. Good afternoon, sir.
Does the world know that Corsi's a spy?
For who?
For us, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. And Mr.
I'm only kidding. He's a great guy.
Mr. Noel, are you there? No, Robbie's not here? Where's Robbie? Oh, that's Robbie? No, you better dial that connection again. Oh, no, turn that down. No, leave it down. No, just dial it again, Alex. Just go over there and dial it right now. We got a couple of minutes here. Bob, I'm looking at Bloomberg site. Unemployment at 8% is the new normal as growth slows. Did you know that we had 8% unemployment in this country?
No. I know that we have several figures. The official short-term government figure is 8.9%, and the U6 figure is 16.2%, and we get 25.2% on the U3. So I don't know what he's talking about. Hold on.
And do we have Mr. Noel with us? No, not yet. Well,
I'm here.
Mr. Noel is missing in action. Bob, before we connect with Robbie here, did you hear about this case involving Robert Carr out of Las Vegas? He had a temerity to pay his people in gold and silver coin?
I heard about it a long time ago.
Well, evidently, this criminal trial began on May 19th in the U.S. District Court, and a Judge David Ezra is presiding. But the funny thing about this is that a case very similar to this was already done, and everybody walked. The $50 gold coins and the silver dollars that he was using for payroll are designated by Congress as legal tenders, so people are entitled to value them at their stamp denominations. Taken at face value, each defendant's annual coin income placed him below the threshold for filing a federal tax return.
Well, I think it's harassment. The government has all kinds of money to spend, and they're going to have even more now that we have Sonia Sotomayor in there.
Oh my goodness! Well, no, she's just a nominee. She hasn't been installed yet. But what makes me think, Bob, that that's going to take place? We'll take the break. We'll return with Mr. Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster, Mr. Robbie Noel of The Flip Side, the program that's on this network. Right after this program, we'll be back.
Ready for Real Talk Radio. You're listening to the National Intel Report with your host, John Statmiller.
Boy, unemployment at 8% is the new normal. Well, you get out on the Bloomberg site here, PIMCO, new normal of 2% GDP as jobless growth coincides with bullish bigs. This must be the Orwellian doublespeak that they're now rolling out now, because everybody is in disbelief of what Washington has been doing. Mr. Noel, do I have you, sir?
Maybe not.
Well, I got you.
Oh, okay.
But you're not in as good as voice. You must be on a telephone.
Yes, unfortunately, relying on iPhone here at this point.
Uh-oh.
Apparently we few glitches with the wonderful world of technology.
Well, you know what? It's an ongoing world conspiracy here. Hey, you guys heard that I went to Jekyll Island. I would invite people to go to republicbroadcasting.org and, well, just take a look at the front, right at the top there. There was something that happened down there that, well, we just don't know how it transpired. And this is right off of WeThePeopleFoundation.org, Mr. Schultz's own website, talking about, well, later that evening, by some chance happening, the tattered and worn Jekyll Island club flag was lowered, and the Gadsden flag, also known as Don't Tread on Me flag, was put in its place. The next morning, meeting attendees were greeted in the courtyard with the Gadsden flag fluttering in the wind, hoisted high atop the Victorian-era turret. Now, this was most inspiring and motivating gesture, especially considering that Ben Bernanke, chairman of the private banking cartel known as the Federal Reserve, had convened his own conference at Jekyll Island just the previous week. And what was done with these, by the way? And by the way, if you don't know I don't know anybody in the United States that doesn't know this, but just in case you didn't, the Gadsden flag, named after Colonel Christopher Gadsden of South Carolina, was first flown early in 1776 by Commodore Hopkins of Rhode Island, first commander-in-chief of the Continental Fleet. Its inscription represents a warning by the colonists to the British, "Don't tread on me." And actually what happened here, 2 of the Gadsden flags were flown over the club, one at a time, during the Freedom Movement's closing ceremony. One of those was presented to G. Edward Griffin, author of The Creature from Jekyll Island, and the other one went to Mr. Robert Schultz. And we got a good giggle out of this. And the security that showed up down there from Georgia, you know, they just happened to have these Gadsden flags in their car. They had 3 of them, and actually 3 was run up the ye old flagpole. And, well, the next day, security, much to their chagrin, at about 12:30, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, discovered the error. And, of course, they promptly took it down. But it is beautiful, folks. Go to the site, republicbroadcasting.org, and you will see it. It's flying proudly. And these people down there, this is the enclave, and they are more than proud at the country club down there of their involvement in the Federal Reserve. They just think it was the neatest thing since sliced bread. Well, that is, gentlemen, until we got a hold of them. And what I hear tell is one of the 2 gift shops will now be carrying the book by Ed Griffith, Creature from Jekyll Island. I told him, I said, next time Ben shows up down here, give him a copy for me. Just send me the bill.
There you go.
And he left Sanders' phone number.
No, I actually gave him Barack Obama, or is that Barry Soetoro's private number? Here, call your bud.
Anybody show up in cheap suits and funny ties?
Well, no, actually, we had security. We were up to our eyeballs in security, and we were left quite to our own device in our own meeting. It was absolutely fantastic. It was inspiring, and of course, this is for the Continental Congress of '09 that's going to convene, I think, in November, and 3 representatives from every state is going to meet at one location. We're going to draw up our own little Declaration of Independence and get this thing rolling. And I only had a few minutes. Everybody just had a few minutes to talk down there, and I reminded them that I'm in full support of the CC09. But I'm also going to be running a parallel plan. It's called the O capital S with a hit plan. That's in case we don't get past this summer, or we do a Continental Congress and it falls short of its stated goal, because, guys, I don't think the globalists here are going to stop with their agenda because we have a meeting or 2. So, but the good thing about this is many more people from many different, and this is what I've been waiting for, from many different stratas, let's say, and many different locations, and many different people are now starting to come on board. And here's the good news, folks. If we have to have the great American second revolution in this country, the downtime will be dramatically reduced. So there's the good news. But I did want to make sure that everybody understood that there's an capital S with a hit plan running in parallel. By the way, gentlemen, what the heck has happened to the U.S. dollar since I've been gone?